Hey, everybody, what's up? Welcome to Thank You for Coming right here on 2MB Studios. I'm your host, Mike Carr, and I'm very excited to have another great show coming to you on a Sunday night right here on 2MB Studios. So if you're out there watching us on Twitch, watching us on Facebook or YouTube, say hello in the comments. Let us know how you're doing. Let us know how your Sunday's going, how your weekend's going. It is February 21st. We're in 2021. The world seems to be continuing on in whatever that means. It's been a wild time. I'm really excited to be here tonight. I have two incredible guests who are going to come out and improvise for you in just a few moments. They've never met. They come from different places, but they're going to come together on the virtual stage, meet each other, get to know each other, and then do some improv together, which is a wonderful place to be. Hey, thank you, Exploding Lobster. Glad you're here. I love Twitch names. They just make me happy. Like, we got Loaf the Wonder Bread. We got the Exploding Lobster. Mine is boring. Mine is it's Mike Carr. Like, that's just my Twitch name. It's really boring. But hey, I enjoy the fun names that other people come up with. I feel like my creativity and my cleverness has kind of gone away due to COVID. Like, hopefully it'll come back someday. That's one of the reasons I do the show, because I get to surround myself with my clever, fun friends who get to do amazing improv. And before I bring them out, because I want them to get out here, I want to tell you all a little bit about something called 3weeks.courses. 3weeks.courses is a partner and good friends of the 2MB Studios family. 3weeks.courses. In 3 weeks, you can learn enough to know if you want to continue to learn more. That's kind of one way I like to think about it. These classes are 3 weeks long on a variety of topics. I took a class on playwriting and script analysis. They have classes on managing your finances. There's classes on fitness and health, all designed for 3-week consumption. You take 3 weeks, 2 hours a week for 3 weeks to give you the basis of the knowledge of this brand new topic you want to learn. It's a great way to learn tons of new things. Check it out, 3weeks.courses, and learn something new. It's really fun. Speaking of fun, it's now time to bring out our improvisers. I'm very excited to welcome my first guest. This is this young lady, a talented, wonderful improviser who I worked with for years. We did guerrilla theater together, which is the improv format by Keith Johnson. We worked together at SAC Comedy Lab, done lots of improv shows and theater together over the years. Please welcome Anna Eligio.
Hello. I'm doing my own applause because I can't hear it from the world.
Yes, none of us can. So yes, this just feels much better. Yeah, just doing that. It also has a little bit of Muppet Hand energy to it.
It's what?
It also has a little bit of Muppet Hand energy to it, which I like.
I mean, yeah, that makes sense. I've been compared to a Muppet more times than I like.
I was about to say, I remember a review of yours. Was it from Slay?
Yes, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes. For those of you,
Theater Factory, but now Gromelot Theater. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And that was a very physical theater. It's a very physical theater that they do, right? So can you please explain when you were just before we bring out Ben? Please tell everyone how you were compared to a Muppet.
I was compared to a Muppet because, as Mike said, there is no dialogue in this form of theater. It's all physical comedy, and so it's like very situational and things like that. So I was a shopper at Christmas time, buying different bells and whistles from mom and pop stores, and so your face is all you've got to show how exciting these products are. And so I had a face when I heard a bell or a whistle that I would make that was like, and it was very, I guess I didn't know I had such a large mouth or something. So I then in the reviews was referred to as Muppet Mouth Eligio, and it has stuck since then. So, I'm just a Muppet, I guess.
A very fun, wonderful Muppet. And you're going to meet your scene partner tonight. Another amazing improviser and amazing director. I've worked with him on the Improv Boston National Touring Company. He was my director for my Herald Team Stockton, and also a Muppet in his own way. Please welcome Ben Scurria.
Yay! Yay! Muppets!
Yeah. Oh, Ben, you're muted. We can't hear you.
Oh, no, there I was, and I ruined everything. Thanks for having me on the show. I'm super excited.
Absolutely. I failed to mention that Ben is the B of 2MB Studios. Correct?
That is correct. That is good. Though the B really stands for so many things.
It could be, yeah.
But yes, I am the B. I am the B. That's a joke.
I am.
I didn't know that going in, so now I'm a little nervous.
Good.
That was so much fun. I'm so excited.
Ben, have you ever been referred to as a Muppet in a review, or did you ever have anything fun in a review, or did anyone ever refer to you as anything silly like a Muppet or anything?
Yeah, I mean, I have I have a ton of energy, and I bounce around the stage all the time. So I don't know if I've ever gotten Muppet necessarily, but I've gotten probably like less nice way to say that, right? Hyperactive, a whirlwind, a devil, right? Like a little whirling devil, probably something like that.
I thought you were saying that was the directing note that people would give you. It'd just say less.
Just less.
Yeah.
Oh,
All of that, but not all.
Not as much. Yeah.
Take all that and make it less.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how you direct. That's the brilliance of directing. Just make people feel smaller, right? That's the goal.
Yeah.
You basically the best. They want the actors feel small.
I like to confuse an actor until they just make sense of it because they need to for their own sanity, and then I'm like, that's it.
That's what I said. That's what I've been saying all along.
Yeah. So what you're trying to say is, and you're like, yep, that is it.
You're out of the nest now. Fly free. All right. So Anna and Ben, you've never met before, right? This is the first time you've met.
This is the first time.
I didn't know it was the bee.
That's right. That's true. You didn't. And can you? This just makes me smile. Can you be less you, please? Yeah. Joe, we've all got that note, man. It hurts.
We've all gotten that note. All of us. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh gosh. Anna, have you ever done this? You've done the Sarasota Improv Festival, yes or no? Have you ever done that?
I have.
Okay, because I know that's another connection, but you probably weren't there in the same years because Ben's been there a few times too.
Yeah, maybe I was there 2018.
Okay.
Yeah, I was probably there the year before that, I think. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Well,
the same groups.
Yeah, and just missing each other.
Yeah.
But now you're not missing each other anymore. Now you're going to be lifelong friends. A lot of duos have started on this show that someday we'll share the stage in person.
Oh, I can't wait for that. I can't wait to do that again.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Same here. So Anna and Ben, I want you to get to know each other a little bit first. Before we dive into improvising, we should get to know each other. So I'm just going to ask some basic icebreaker questions, and we're just going to talk about them. So the first question I want to know, and this is going to be for both of you. The first question I have is, because I know you're a food guy. You make wonderful food. What is your favorite strange food combination? So if you're going to put two foods together that people are like, don't put that together, what's a strange food combination that you love?
Oh man, that's a great question.
Yeah.
And Anna, you're going to have the same question, so you can start thinking.
That's a great question. I know, like, I don't know if this counts or not, but my first initial feeling, I'm a huge fan of taking really salty. I like salty and sweet together. It's like a combination that I'm a big fan of. And so somebody just asked, they're like, "What's your favorite thing to dip French fries in?" And they were like ketchup or whatever. And I was like, honestly, it's a chocolate milkshake. You take like fresh, crispy, hot French fries, and you dip in a chocolate milkshake, and it is the most delicious combination. Very unexpected. You wouldn't think potatoes and chocolate go well together. But yeah, I really like that.
Like the Wendy's Frosty. I've seen people do that with the Wendy's fries and the Frosty.
Wendy's Frosty, McDonald's Frosty. Really, I mean, you're not making too many milkshakes at home. There aren't too many people. I mean, unless you live at a diner, which would be awesome. But if you did and you made French fries, why not? Do it at home too. Do it everywhere.
I have to say this is a really hard question for me because I have notoriously been a very picky eater my entire life. And not only that, the foods that I like, I was like a 5-year-old for far too long with my food where I wanted everything like sectioned and away from each other. Like I didn't want things mixing. So I will say the closest thing I can think of, because some of my siblings are still very behind in that respect as well. And there is my abuela, my Cuban grandmother, who has passed, but she had a recipe for picadillo, like an authentic Cuban picadillo. And in that, if it's the real true way, you put raisins in it and like the ground beef, tomato sauce and everything, which is, as a kid, especially growing up, I was like, that's disgusting. Like make a side that has non-raisins in it for me. But now it's like, now I get it. Cause it is kind of that same idea of like this like little bit of sweetness in there with like the tomato sauce and the meat and everything. It's amazing. But it took me like years and years to finally like marry the two. But so I don't know if that's really a cheat way of answering the question, but
I'll take it.
that's what I
But
thought of.
it leads me to a follow-up question, and I'd like to hear what you all think on this. Why do people hate raisins so much? Because I love raisins. I think raisins are great, but there are people who are like my wife Julie, for example, hates raisins with a passion.
I feel like most of the raisin hate is because it was a food that was forced on you, so you didn't really get to choose raisins. Like when you were a kid, they were just like, eat raisins, right? It was like the snack that was given out, and it was like the healthy snack. So like, I feel like raisins are great on their own. They've got a lot of like things working against them in people's heads, I think, that people need to overcome.
I think it's more trauma of eating an oatmeal raisin cookie thinking it was oatmeal chocolate chip. And I think that trauma lives on in people's minds forever and ever, because I know that's how I felt a long time. It was like, a raisin, you bastardized version of a chocolate chip that is in my cookie, and changing the texture entirely. I was excited for the chocolate bit, and it's not, and it's very upsetting. So I think it's a subconscious, how dare you, every time a raisin is forced.
Interesting.
Which is, along the lines with what you say.
Do they still make? Shows you how rarely I buy raisins, but I remember really liking golden raisins, like the yellow raisins that were kind of a little bit bigger. Those were awesome, but I haven't seen those in years. I don't even know if they're still around.
Now I'm not sure.
I see them in salads. That's the only time I see them.
Yeah.
I'm not a picky. I'm pseudo picky, but I'll eat pretty much anything except seafood. But like,
and banana
with raisin, and bananas and sushi. I don't like them. With raisins, like I've seen golden raisins, and I'm like, no, those are different. I can't do it. I stick to my little box of California raisins. That's what I like.
Classic.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm curious. Do you prefer the pool or the beach, and why? Anna, let's start with you this time. Pool or beach?
I have so many emotions. I
know.
I think it depends on what I'm going for, because I not to toot my own horn, I've done mini triathlons before. And so obviously working out
what's a mini triathlon?
So a triathlon is like a full blown, the three of the swimming, but it's like for a full mile, and the biking, but it's like 40 miles or something. And someone can maybe correct me in the comments. And then you run like a full marathon or like a 10K or something. And so it depends on what the structure is. A mini triathlon, a sprint triathlon, is where it's condensed. So it's like you're swimming a quarter mile or half mile, and then you're biking like for 15 miles, and then you run a 5K. So it's like a smaller version. It's still a couple hours going for it. Yeah. But anyway, all that to say that for training purposes, and I've been like a swimmer for years, like back in middle school, high school. And so I feel like I have such an affinity for the pool, but I think for like relaxation purposes, which I think is the essence of your question, I have to say the beach. And I was spoiled growing up in Pensacola, Florida, because we had a beautiful white sandy beaches, and it was pristine crystal, like emerald waters as well. So I've gotten spoiled to beautiful beach days. So I would have to say the beach.
All right.
Yeah. I would also say it depends on what I was doing, but for me, it would almost be a flip, right? For me, I love ocean water swimming. It's like my favorite place to do is just swimming in the ocean. I think it's amazing. Like you get out past the break and you just swim, and it's amazing, and you feel just like this little tiny ant in this giant bathtub, and it's crazy.
It terrifies me.
What? It terrifies you?
Yes.
I mean, the ocean is terrifying in general. I feel like the ocean, but I love it. And I just is like, it's my favorite place to go swimming, but it's definitely not relaxing. I feel like it's definitely like a workout. And so if I'm just like hanging out with my friends and wanted to have a good time, if somebody's got a really good pool set up, I don't think there's anything better than just like lounging. You've got the little barbecue set up over here, some music. The beach is great, but and maybe it's different if you live like right in a beach, like right on a beach town, but I don't know. it's an effort. You got to like pack stuff, and you got to take it. You got to make sure you get there early, or else the parking lot is crazy. And the beach is like you just roll over to somebody's house or a pool, and you're just like, "What's going on? What are we doing?" So they both have their things. Monsters live in the ocean.
Yeah, literal monsters that want to kill you.
Yeah,
it's true.
And
That's true.
Yeah, they swim under the water. They're like, "Oh, I'm gonna eat that thing. I don't know what it is, but I'm gonna eat it."
I used to have, and I know this is ridiculous, I used to have this fear of the ocean that I would assuage by saying, as long as there's somebody further out than I am,
Yes.
who the shark's going to get first.
Yes.
Yep.
So I was like,
Yeah, that's legit.
Sharks just can come in wherever they want or whatever. But I was like, as long as there's somebody out there, I'll be okay.
Yeah.
Mental comfort.
Yeah, that is a genuine ocean feeling. Like if there's someone further out, I was like, oh, that's the one who's going to get eaten by a shark or swallowed by a whale or run over by a boat. Like I'm fine. I'm over here. All right. So you each have a.
Those were the three fears.
That's it. Yeah, that's it.
Shark, eaten by a whale, run over by a boat.
No, eaten by a shark, swallowed by a whale. Because I remember in was it Pinocchio? They lived in the stomach's whale, and like that's just what I assumed would happen. The whale would swallow me whole, and I would live in its stomach for a while. When I was a little kid, that's what I thought was I thought that would happen.
I think you'd live for a while.
Really?
I have no idea.
Anna was like, what?
I really believed you. I was like, whoa, is there still a chance?
I've never seen someone's worldview change.
I know.
So fast.
I mean, I want to say yes because all they eat is krill, so it's like they don't have teeth. They're not really chomping down on anything. So you're just getting sucked into this thing. You'll drown of water, but it's not like the eating won't kill you. You'll drown of water. Yes.
You'll drown of water. Yeah, I like this. Oh, you're not going to get, when you get eaten, you're going to drown. You're not going to get chewed up. You're just going to drown. It's way worse.
Great.
All right, well, let's go swimming.
Yeah, let's go swimming.
All right, you each. I asked you each to prepare a question for each other. So, Ben, what is your question for Anna?
My question for you is a variation of the desert island thing, which is I love to drive and listen to music. And so, if you're going on a drive, what are you listening to? Like, what do you put on the stereo if it's just you in the car driving? It can be anything you want.
I would say if I'm by myself, it is one of two things. It is either brand new, like old school brand new music. For some reason that would like spoke to me in my teenage years. And now when I road trip, like you have to kind of like revert back to teenage college life. Or to make time really go by, because I'm a theater nerd, I'll listen to musicals because it, you can like kind of play the story in your mind. It just like takes time really, really quickly. So those would be the two that I would say are like the go-tos.
Love that. Yeah.
Great question.
Very similar. Like for me, it's musicals, and then if I'm by myself, it's like '90s rap from high school. Like, you know what I mean? Just like, yeah.
Oh, nice. Anna, you said reverting back to college. I'm like, oh, I never left it mentally for my music taste. So it's like all I listened to is what I listened to in college. Anna, what's your question for Ben?
Okay. All right. It's kind of a like choose one over the other situation. So you are able to have a complete wardrobe paid for the rest of your entire life done, but it has to be completely beige. Do you take it or do you not take it?
I do not take it. I do not take it.
But you would never have to pay for another article of clothing ever again.
Here's my thing. Could I? Like, am I allowed to accessorize? No. Then no. I can't do it. I can't do it.
But is it? You can make it like really fashionable. Like it could be like your trademark thing.
I can't. I'm not fashionable enough to make beige work just like across the board.
Okay.
Hey, look, there goes beige guy. Beige guy. Yes, I'm a big fan.
Beige Scurria.
Are there shades of beige? Is beige an actual color?
I mean, you can like probably go up and down a shade or two. I would say, like from like the standard khaki. I imagine like, like the standard khaki pants.
Yeah.
You could probably go like lighter and darker, just a shade.
So you can't go to like army olive, like that's too
Absolutely
far.
Not.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. No.
No, I understand that, but there's the whiter. Yep. Okay. I still am probably saying no. Also, because I'm trying to think of when you say khakis, I'm like, yeah, those are beige pants for sure. And I can picture maybe like a beige director's vest, those like, but I can't really picture like a beige like button down. Maybe it's just I can't picture like an all beige ensemble. Now you're making me maybe want it because now that I talk about it, yeah.
Oh, so I want to show you something real quick.
Perfect.
Look how happy he does not look happy in his beige.
That's beige guy. See, he took the deal.
Yeah,
I never.
That's why he looks
anything.
That's why he looks so upset. He didn't realize how limited his options were.
My closet.
Poor beige guy.
Yeah.
Beige guy.
Poor beige guy.
Beige
Anna, that was. I'm. At first, I was like, "What?" I didn't understand your question, Anna, because I was like, "Why would anyone wear beige all the time?" But then it realized me. Oh, you're never spending money on clothes, and you never have to make that choice.
And they can be good quality. They can be good quality clothes. So I mean, they could be really, really nice, fashionable clothing. You could have a top hat. You could have a whole thing. A cane.
A beige cane is fantastic.
For me, I go to a gala. I wear beige with a big beige boa.
I'm just seeing me at a white party, like go Diddy through the white part. Everybody has to wear white, and I'm just trying to pull off beige there.
Like sweating.
I'm constantly cosplaying as a doctor's office waiting room wall. That was fantastic questions. I feel like we've learned a lot about each other.
Yeah.
And now we're gonna now you're gonna improvise together. So in the chat, give us a location where Anna and Ben can improvise together. Their scene will take place in this one location. So if you've never watched the show before, they'll start a scene. One of them has to say the line, "Thank you for coming," and they'll do a scene in this location that we're going to get from you in the chat. So go ahead and start throwing some locations in the chat, and we will get the scene rolling. So I'm still thinking about beige clothing. That's such an interesting
what's your answer,
life choice. Oh, I would not wear beige. I don't look good in beige.
Okay.
I don't have a complexion for beige. I would wash out.
I kind of feel the same, to be honest. Beige would make me sad. I would feel like that man that you pulled up in the image,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Just because it was apropos to the conversation, you're going to be doing a scene at a tiny whale aquarium.
A tiny whale aquarium.
Yep. So whatever that means to you, the tiny whale aquarium. All right. So Anna, Ben, I'm going to pop you off, and you'll be coming back in just a moment. So they're going to do a scene in a tiny whale aquarium. Thank you.
Thank you for coming. Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course. He
hasn't moved since this morning.
Okay, that's normal. It's probably just getting acclimated. It's just getting acclimated.
Oh my gosh, I was freaking out. My gosh.
Think about how much you hate to move, and now imagine you didn't have any control of it. Somebody just came and picked you up, put you somewhere else. You're freaked out. You didn't know where you were.
You're right. Okay.
Look.
So our tiny whale, Edgar, he will be fine.
Mariah, you did the right thing.
Thank you.
Okay, you did the right thing. You rescued the whale. Everybody thinks that.
But he's not moving yet. I was hoping you would be able to do your whale doctor magic and get him going.
We were all hoping that he'd be moving by now, but he's not, and that's okay. That's okay. He just needs to take some time.
Okay.
He just needs to take some time. But you did the right thing by bringing him here.
Thank you.
You did the right thing.
I mean, I've been working here for 2 months, and I just feel like, it was either sink or swim, if you know what I mean. So
you just found him on the beach?
What was that?
You just found him. You were walking, and you found him on the beach.
Yeah, and then we took him and brought him in for the aquarium because, the last whale died, so
yeah,
we had to have something. This is the only exhibit in the entire aquarium, so I had to.
Well, Mariah, we are a tiny aquarium, but we do our best. We have what we have, and now we have a whale. We have a whale. It's not moving, but we have a whale again. Oh, you did the right thing. You did the right thing by bringing it here.
Thank you. I just wanted to impress you because, to be honest, I have been wanting to take one of those 3-week courses on how to become a whale doctor. So I admire you so much, and I just want to do right by you, and I want to learn everything I can from you, you know?
I am but a simple whale doctor. All right, I do nothing but listen to the whale and fix what the whale tells me to fix.
How did you get your start?
How did I get my start? Well, I was a veterinarian, and then I decided to specialize in just one creature. What creature? The humpback whale. Why the humpback whale? Because as a child, I was enthralled with the humpback whale.
How can you not be?
Oh, the majestic creature. I would spend hours on the Cape Cod deck of the boat. Just again, we would get back to port and I would say again, back out again. And all day long, I would just stay staring at the whales. And I knew this is the creature for me.
Did you dive? You went?
I don't go in the ocean. No, it scares me. It scares me. I stay on a boat.
Sure.
I'm not a whale. Am I a whale?
No. That's a silly question. My bad.
I think part of the problem started when we started going into their territory. How many fish got sick before people were swimming in the ocean? I don't know the answer to that, but couldn't be that many.
Wow, you have a point. Like I said, I've been wanting to learn what you do. I've admired you this past 2 months. Every time I've called you, you know, when Francis, our previous, may rest in the big ocean piece, I have seen you work, and I have just been so impressed by everything that you have done. The way that you connect with the whales, and like you said, you know, not in the water with them, but through the glass, I felt was so amazing. And that, you know, they would swim by you and you'd be like, hey, and then they would just keep going. Like,
right. It is I who am impressed with you. I've done nothing but fix the whales, but you had the vision to open this aquarium. When you first came into town with Francis in tow, I thought, one whale? That's borderline cruel.
But you have to start somewhere, you know, and this is my dream.
Yes. How long did you know that you wanted to be an aquarium owner? When did you decide that?
It was about a month before 2 months ago, so 3 months ago.
3 whole months.
Happened. Yeah. So I like I said, you know, I love the beach, and so I was walking on the beach and I found my first whale, again, beached, and so I was like, oh, this is great. Here he is, free, because they're free if they're on the beach. You know, anything you find on the beach, you get. So, guy with a metal detector, he gets what he gets. I get the whales, you know?
It's the law of the beach. If we're in the water, we belong to them. And if they're on land, they belong to us.
Yes. Thank you. Yes.
Of course.
So I found Francis and I was like, you and me, buddy, here's an idea. And so I loaded him up. Luckily, I had a flatbed truck that had 0 holes and could hold water in it, and put him in there, you know, myself.
You were a pioneer. You were a trailblazer.
And here we are. You know, all you need is a big tank and a sign that says Tiny Aquarium. That's all you need. Charge admission, bada bing, bada boom. You know, I've had 4 guests in the past 3 months. 4. And only one of them was after Francis passed away. Yes.
That was 3 people who got to truly understand the majesty of Francis.
They were so excited, Francis.
Yes. That whale loved you, Mariah.
Aw.
He could have left whenever he wanted. All he had to do was give me a signal, and I would have put him back in the truck and taken him away. But he didn't ever give me that signal. He wanted to stay with you. He believed in the tiny aquarium.
I think he did. And I just want to make sure that the same thing isn't also happening to Edgar, because I really don't think I can. I don't think I can handle it if it happens again, you know. But if you think he's okay, he just hasn't moved in like a day and a half.
I think he's okay. I think there's not a lot of room for him to move. Let's be honest. Let's be honest, he can't really move too far.
Sure.
But
I thought it was easier to control that way.
Much easier to control. Much easier to control. But again, perhaps not as friendly. Not that you're unfriendly. The whale, Francis, was happy here.
No, it's fine. You think I am a cruel person.
No, I just think we need to build.
I think that you are my hero, and you think that I am cruel to the things that we both say that we love. So that's fine.
Mariah, I would never think you were cruel. I think you have a passion to show people whales, and perhaps the passion to show whales outsources your passion to give them room to free themselves. Don't you understand? Whales.
You want them to free themselves from me?
I want
you want them to go back to jump out and roll back to the beach?
No. What about?
That is how Francis died.
What about a larger aquarium?
What do you mean?
What we have here, but bigger. A bigger space, a bigger pool, more room for Edgar, more room for perhaps other creatures.
I see what you mean.
I'm just trying to say this was a great starting place. Nobody else I know has said, I want to start an aquarium and gone to the beach and found a whale and started it. You did that. And now it needs to grow.
Okay.
The way Edgar grows.
Will you go into business with me?
I would love to go into business with you.
Really?
Yes.
Would you go on a date with me?
I'm afraid we must keep our relationship whale-based. Whale-based only.
For now.
My heart belongs to the whale.
Oh. Beautiful button.
My heart belongs to the whale. Oh,
belongs to the whale.
I saw once I hit it. I saw, Ben, that you were still talking. I'm like, oh, you were explaining it? Nope.
Perfect.
That was delightful.
Oh, so much fun. How'd it feel, guys?
That was really fun.
It was fun. Yeah. I will say, like, to be honest, I haven't done much improv virtually, and so it is very strange to not have that physical element to it, and to kind of, like, I think you and I both had moments of wanting to, okay, we kind of found the end of this moment, like, what's the next transitional moment? And so it was interesting. It was fun.
Yeah, I've done a ton of improv online, and part of the reason is, I find I have trouble sometimes not making that connection, and then it just feels like we're talking at each other. So it was super fun, though. I thought, ridiculous.
I find it's also challenging too.
I never gave him a name. You so clearly named me, and I was like,
Mariah.
I'll get to it, and I never.
We had Mariah. We had
we named both
Francis.
the whales, Edgar and Francis.
I love that. Those were also those names are not your typical improv names. You usually hear names you've heard a lot. I don't hear a lot of Edgars and Francises or Mariahs. It was just nice. It's nice to have some fun names out there. What's the being physical players, because you're both very we talked about the Muppet and the I don't know how we described you, Ben, like a ball of energy, but what is the feeling like for you guys in this kind of world, having just a small screen to play on as opposed to a full stage? What does that do for your work and for your mentality when you're playing?
I mean, for me, it feels like you have to do a little bit more work on, very Shakespeare style, as far as describing everything a lot more in detail. And instead of being able to paint the picture with your body, which is, there can be fun comedic elements of physically moving the whale or something like that. That would be kind of a more natural next step, that you have to then describe how the whale jumped out and how it rolled around. And, you kind of have to paint the picture a little bit more with your words, which is just something that you should be doing anyway as an improviser, but it does challenge you to have to do that, so you're on the same page with that person a little bit more.
Yeah, I think I'm in complete agreement that it makes you use your words more, because you can't use other things to show stuff, right? You can't use that physicality to show that. You can't use the space between the actors to show anything. And so, yeah, your words end up doing the heavy lifting, right? Maybe more so than they would in a regular in-person improv scene. And I definitely found myself speaking more and for longer than I normally would in some ways, which was fun, different. It's a different way to play for sure.
A couple things I needed to spotlight. Anna, thank you for the 3 weeks plug at the very early part of the scene.
It's really cool. Honestly, that product sounds great.
It's really great. It's really great. You should definitely check it out. 3weeks.courses. But your plug was so seamless in the scene. It was beautiful. And Ben, I'm just curious, what is the Cape Cod deck of a boat?
I feel like the Cape Cod deck. That was a stumble, but I feel like
I know, but I loved it.
That's the deck where you take the pictures from. That's like the primo deck, right? That's the Cape Cod deck. That's where you get all the
photo.
Yeah, photo op deck.
Yeah. Okay, that's I knew what I think you were saying. Like I went to like the dock at Cape Cod, and like you were on a boat in Cape Cod, but it came out as the Cape Cod deck of the boat, and I was like, oh, that's something to play with. That's just fun.
I love it.
Oh, so much fun. I loved watching you play, and now I want to play with you. So we're going to do a 3-person scene. We don't have to say thank you for coming to start the scene. We can just dive right into the scene. And looking back at a couple other locations, Exploding Lobster, my favorite name in the world, gave us a frozen pond. So we're going to take that as our location. So I'm going to pop us all off screen, then we're going to come back and do a frozen pond. So we're taking you to a frozen pond.
I don't know if that's going to hold us. That's all I'm saying.
It's totally going to hold. It's totally going to hold us. It's totally going to hold us. Because it's less than the freezing point outside right now. It's like it's 24 degrees outside, which is less than the freezing point. So we should be fine.
Yeah, but this past weekend there was the early thaw, and I just don't. What do you think?
What are you guys saying?
Take your earmuffs off.
Sorry, it's so cold, guys. Look, I think this is going to fall through. I don't want to be jinxing anything, but I think we would be a little bit safer on the side, if you don't mind.
I agree with Jameson.
Yeah.
I say we don't.
Me.
Yeah, you, Jameson. Yeah, what other Jamesons are there? What other Jamesons are there? I say we just go around. We don't walk across. We go around.
Thank you.
We need the shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line, and we need to get on the other side of the lake. So why are we afraid? Why are we afraid?
We don't need donuts that bad. Do we even need to cross the lake?
Did you say we don't need donuts that bad?
Look, we don't need them that bad. Okay? We don't have to have donuts every single Friday as a little troop of 3. Like, we don't have to do this anymore, okay? We're out of college. We don't need to pretend that we're still friends.
Wow. There it is. There it is.
Wow.
There it is.
Don't get all weird about it. I just said the thing that everyone's thinking.
Don't get all weird about the fact that you just exploded our threesome. Our friendship is kaplooey.
I'm just opening the discussion. I'm just saying we don't have to force ourselves into 24-degree weather across a dangerous pond to get donuts because it's tradition.
Why would you? Are you not our friend anymore? That's what you're saying? You're saying you're not our friend anymore, Jameson?
I'm saying we're 35 years old.
Wow.
I'm saying at some point, like, when do we stop this? You know, like, are we going to be 87 years old doing this?
That would be awesome.
Okay.
You can't think of anything better than hanging out with you for the next 60 years, getting donuts every Friday. But apparently that's not good enough for everybody. So.
Oh, Tyler.
Tyler. You know what, Kingston?
James,
I agree.
All of a sudden, feigned sadness.
What's that, Kingston?
I'm saying, Jameson, if you don't want to be our friend anymore, why don't you just say you couldn't come? How long have you felt this way? We've been doing this is a yearly tradition, and I would love to do this till we're in our 80s, but apparently you don't want to do it. So why are you here? Why'd you even come? Why not just say, oh, I can't come? Why not? Why?
Because I was afraid of this conversation, you know? I didn't want to start this conversation. It got to the boiling point, but the freezing version of that. Just today. I didn't plan on saying this to you, okay? It's just been percolating for a while.
The freezing point.
But yeah.
That's the freezing part of the boiling point is the freezing point.
Yeah.
That's where it got today, huh? Today, finally.
I mean, come on. You guys have not felt this at all? You guys think, okay, we were in a band in high school together, and now forever we're gonna go get donuts.
We were a band in high school. We stayed friends through college, even though we went to a couple different schools.
We bought houses all in the same neighborhood across the lake.
Some of us graduated, some of us didn't.
Is that what this is about?
Oh.
Guys, I'm just saying the stuff that's been in our heads. Right?
I don't think about the fact that you didn't graduate college.
Yeah, who cares? We're both doctors. Who cares?
You are too good for me. All right? I'm on a different path.
Hey.
I applied to work at the donut shop we're going to. This is embarrassing for me.
Oh. That's what this is about?
I can't afford a good coat. So this is really hard.
So you would rather than wound your own pride, you would destroy a 20+ year friendship?
Because
Two of them?
You don't need to be friends with me anymore. You know, you don't have to do this. You don't have to pity me.
Wow.
Because I know that's what you're doing. I know with your buddies, you're like, oh, we're doctors. We inspect people's hearts. And, you know, I'm over here applying for donuts.
Take my coat.
Take it.
Take it. I want you to have it. I'm going to drop it right here, and I'm not going to wear it. So if you don't take it, the world's just going to get a coat for free.
And per your logic, he's a doctor. He could just go buy another one, right?
I'm sure he could.
So then take his coat.
Take the coat.
This is exactly what I'm talking about. I don't want you to pity me. I don't want you to give me handouts. You're literally giving me a handout right now.
It's not pity. You're a friend of mine who's cold, and I've got a coat, and I can give it to you. That's what friends do. Friends look out for each other. If friends need something, it's not a handout. You go, hey, I need something. And then you get it from your friend.
You guys still want to be my friend for real?
Of course we do.
Look, you were the best keyboard player I've ever seen in my entire life.
This kind of keyboard and this kind of keyboard. You did them both.
Yeah, even this kind of keyboard. That setup was amazing.
And this one.
Oh, that's what we're saying. Of course we need you. You're the spark.
Just because we're doctors and you're not employed does not mean we don't want to be your friend. If you get a job at the donut shop, you know how good that is for everybody? You get a job, and then we got a friend at the donut shop. And we're not going to take advantage of that. I'm not going to be like, hey, can I get free donuts? I won't take advantage of that friendship.
I mean, there's also a tipping policy.
Okay, we'll tip. We got it.
Of course you're going to get a tip. Yeah. It was so, put that coat on.
And you know what, Kingston? Let's go across the lake. You're right. Let's just
yeah.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
I'm okay. Are you okay? I'm okay.
I mean, I'm okay until I just hope that when we get to the donut shop, you're not going to freak out, are you? You're not going to try to end our friendship again out of embarrassment?
Well, let's see.
Let's see.
Let's see. People in the chat, they were like, take the coat, Jameson. What the hell?
Chloe Jameson strikes again.
This is surprisingly relatable. Friendship knows no bounds.
Delightful.
You know, we're not for everyone. Sorry, I don't suck, but we're not 100% sure that you don't. Thank you, Exploding Lobster. Anna, Ben, thank you so much for being on the show. I said to you before the show started that you're both two of my favorite improvisers to play with and to watch. So watching you together was a joy, and playing with you was also a joy. So thank you both so much. To everyone else out there in the Twitch chat, even you, I don't suck. We're really glad you came. Really glad you came and enjoyed the show. Stick around right here on 2MB Studios at 8 o'clock. There's a show called Glitty Litter. Super fun show. Definitely check it out, and check out the rest of the shows that are going on in 2MB Studios. Lots of great stuff. If you haven't already, like, share, and subscribe to get up to date on all the awesome stuff that 2MB Studios is doing. We know that the B stands for many things. So does the M. But stick around. Anna, Ben, thank you so much. And everyone else, thank you for coming.